Welcome back to the show. We're so excited because we have Connor Saley on the line right now to tell us all about last night's episode of The Bachelorette, where we saw Mike, Garrett, and Connor himself head home while Luke P somehow got to stay again. I don't understand it. Connor, thank you so much for taking the time to chat. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Why don't we dive right into that moment last night when you realized that you would not be getting a one-on-one date with Hannah. Watch this.
Connor, group date time, boys.
Honestly, kind of done with this conversation. Mike, congrats to you. But, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say right now.
Oh, buddy, you seem so sad. Tell us what was running through your head at that exact moment as that information sunk in.
Yeah, that was a really tough moment. Going into that week, I really thought I would get another one-on-one date. I think everyone else that was still left thought I would as well, just because I had the earliest one-on-one of the guys that were still left. And, that one-on-one didn't really go to plan, so my time was cut short. And then, with all the cocktail parties getting canceled, I had significantly less time than all the other guys going into that last week. And so, it was really hopeful to get that one-on-one, and just didn't see how Hannah would have felt comfortable going to my hometown, or me being comfortable bringing her to my hometown, if I didn't, get to know her better and have that time with her.
Yeah, of course. And so when you went to her hotel room, were you feeling hopeful that you could turn the situation around and maybe get that hometown date?
Yeah, I was definitely hopeful, but, I kind of went into that conversation cautiously optimistic. I was, hopeful that, we'd get to spend some time together, and obviously our one-on-one time was really great. But at the same time, I just kind of knew that not getting that one-on-one, the odds of going to hometowns with her were pretty slim. So I was pretty cautious going into that conversation, and honestly felt like it wasn't going to end well, but still, I guess wanted to shoot my shot in a way and, just tell her how I felt.
Yeah, well, you never know if you don't try. Unfortunately, things did not go to plan when you attempted to make your own one-on-one time with Hannah. So let's take a look at that.
I don't know if I can see it.
I didn't want this to be goodbye, and it sucks that it is.
I'm sorry.
Well, obviously, look, you were so disappointed in that moment. Now you've had a bit of time to process it all. Do you think that ultimately you and Hannah could have made it work long term?
That's the thing that's tough to think about now. And, remembering when I got back from that situation is just, there wasn't a bad moment that I had with her. And it's really tough to think back on that because, you ask yourself kind of what if I did have that one-on-one date, that second one-on-one date to, spend more time with her and get to know her better, would things be different? And, honestly, I don't think I'll ever have the answer to that. Going into that last week, she had to make really tough decisions and, do what was best for her. So, I trusted her that she was, doing what she felt was right. But, you do kind of ask yourself, what if I did have that time with her? Would things be different? Would, things have worked out differently?
Yeah, oh my God, I hate when I get the case of the what ifs. It's the worst. But, at any rate, you definitely had the support of many fans during your time on The Bachelorette. And this one fan even tweeted this last night. She said, if Hannah hadn't cancelled so many cocktail parties and wasted time on Luke, maybe she and Connor could have connected more. I'm mad. Obviously, you're mad as well. So you agree with this viewer's sentiment that maybe Luke's behavior really ruined it for the other guys instead of ruining it for himself?
No, absolutely. I think, I don't think Luke's a bad person, but, I don't think him being on the show was the right environment for him. Obviously, emotions are heightened, and I just think the way he acted wasn't necessarily the right thing to do in certain situations. And obviously with cocktail parties being canceled and with everything that he did, so much of the conversation the whole season was about him, and it was very frustrating for all of us. And so, it definitely affected, I think, Hannah's ability to really focus on some of these other relationships. And, for Mike, Garrett, myself, even Dylan and Dustin, who left last week, those are all really great guys. And I don't think she was actually really able to get to know us as well as she probably would have hoped to, and we would have liked her to get to know us as well, just because so much attention was focused on Luke.
Yeah, it was like razor focused on him, right? But the other Luke Stone, tweeted these really nice words last night saying, I just want to say I love the way Mike, Garrett, and Connor handled themselves. I'm a lucky guy to have them as friends. That is so nice. Were you surprised that Mike and Garrett were also sent home last night?
Yeah, I was really surprised Mike and Garrett got sent home. Those are both really great guys. Mike is a really good buddy of mine, Garrett as well. But Mike was my roommate at all the places we traveled to, and we got along really well. And honestly, I thought he would have made it really far just because he had a really good relationship with Hannah. And from talking to him while we were roommates together, it seemed like he was really confident in his connection. And so it definitely was surprising to me that he went home, and Garrett as well. But it's really nice to hear those words from Luke Stone. Obviously he was one of the first people to kind of be at the receiving end of Luke.
We got body slammed by him.
Kind of actions, and so I think he understands how frustrated we all were heading into that week in Amsterdam and us ending up leaving. But honestly, all the guys in the house were friends except for Luke P.
So let's get back into last night's episode because we saw Hannah reveal her heart to Jed. Watch.
I'm falling in love with you.
I think I've known it for a little while, but I haven't said it at all. I'm falling in love with you. It feels really good, but it feels also like really scary because I don't know what the end of this is for me.
Ooh, so Connor, what do you reckon? Are you rooting for Jed and Hannah, even though there's been all this scandal about him potentially having a girlfriend when he went into the house?
Yeah, I mean, Jed, from the very beginning, I think Jed got the first group date rose, and so you could tell that him and Hannah had a really great connection together. And obviously he had 2 one-on-one dates. So heading into hometowns, I think they do have a really strong relationship. He was always someone I thought, was one of the front runners along with some of the other guys, but, definitely rooting for them. Obviously want Hannah to be happy and, Jed as well.
Well, look, no Bachelorette conversation can be complete, unfortunately, without talking about Luke P's latest shit show. So let's revisit this moment from last night.
I am never, and I'm not ever going to reach for anything. I've been nothing but truthful with Hannah. And you are not gonna mess it up, okay?
I'm not gonna mess it up.
No, you know what this is right here? This is a pile of baloney. Look at that.
I mean, just so convenient that the baloney was right there to be used as a prop. What was your first reaction, Connor, to seeing this very dramatic monologue that Luke gave?
Honestly, started laughing when I saw that, but realistically, like, that just shows Luke's character throughout the whole season. That's how he acted. That was, those are the things that he said and did. And I think, the guy just has some character flaws that came out during the show, and it's unfortunate, but, I hope he, uses this as a learning experience.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Tyler C said this last night. I think we're all thinking it, but Tyler said it. Watch.
The worst thing about all this is that we got a 5'8" villain.
Does that make you feel better?
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
If anyone feels uncomfortable, it's when I'm in the room with you.
And there's 15 guys in the house, and 14 guys don't like you. Maybe it's not, we're the problem. Maybe it's I'm the problem.
So, Connor, I want you to weigh in on this because you said that you think deep down Luke is a nice guy, but is he also kind of a villain?
No, I mean, he definitely was the villain throughout the season. I think, he is a nice guy. It's just emotions are so heightened in this situation that, some character flaws that he has came out, and he reacted poorly in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
And, like Tyler said, like, so many of us had a problem with him, and he always thought that we were the issue, or we just didn't like him. But there's a reason for that, and I think everyone's been able to see that as this has played out.
Oh, we've seen it, believe me. Well, look, before we say goodbye, I do have to ask you who you think Hannah will ultimately pick.
Honestly, all 4, or I guess 3 of the guys that I liked going into hometowns have a shot. I always thought Peter was kind of a dark horse throughout the season. He had a really good relationship with her, and thought he was going to go really far. And then I think the other one would be Tyler. Obviously a good-looking guy, but we all loved him in the house, and he had a really good connection with Hannah as well.
Well, I want you in 10 seconds or less to make your case as to why you should be the next Bachelor.
I mean, I'm just looking for love. Unfortunately, it didn't happen with Hannah, but like everyone else, I want to find love and find my person, and I think we all deserve that. And hopefully I'll find that person soon.
Absolutely. In the meantime, I know you have a really cute dog, Oliver. Can we see Oliver real quick?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so flippin' cute. Who needs a girlfriend when you got a dog like that?
I know. Look at this guy.
So adorable. You guys make the perfect pair. It was such a pleasure meeting you today, Connor. Best of luck on everything that you do in your post-Bachelorette life, and hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of you and Oliver.